Hey guys, my name is Chris. I haven't made a video in a very long time. I think it's because I've been A, lazy, B, I think I've been a little scared to make a video because COVID happened, and then I wasn't really, I went through almost like an antisocial phase, and I guess I was just afraid to put myself out there. But now I think I want to get back into the YouTubing, and today's topic, today's video is really just going to be a conversation. Conversation as in me just talking to you guys. And today's topic is role models, and the fact that I think there's a lack of role models in 2025. So hopefully I can do something about this issue by just making this video, because I can't sit in the car with 500 people. So I don't know how many people are going to see this, but yeah. So what inspired me to make this video was the fact that I was just standing on the line in 7-Eleven, and I got like a drink, and this kid who was probably about like 17, 18, is standing next to me, and he looks at the clerk and he goes, "Hey, is this all the gum that you have?" And the clerk goes, "Yeah, that's all the gum that we have." And the kid looked kind of like perplexed, so I kind of look over, and I think I forget what I said, but I think I crack a joke, and I asked him, like, "Well, why do you need gum?" Because he's just like a funny kid. And he said, "Well, I might chew some gums and drink some beers with the boys later." And I kind of like took me off guard for a second, because I could, I have like my cool beanie on, my cool shirt on, and I can tell this kid is like totally just looking up to me. Like, I can see it in his eyes, And I'm kind of pinching myself. I didn't really say anything after that. I think I gave like a little chuckle, but I didn't really like tell him, "Oh, you don't need to drink alcohol." This kid was like he looked 17, but you could just tell, like, these kids, they don't want to be drinking. They don't want to live in fear. People just live in fear because, in all honesty, there's not enough role models. So when there isn't any role models, evil prevails, So there's only so much I can do about that. I don't want to see the world go to SHIT, but I know there's a lot of, kids on YouTube, adults on YouTube, and I think by making this video, even if it changes maybe like one person's mind, or even if just like one person sees this, I think it will be, worth it. So yeah. So I think it's very important to be aware of role models and the role that they play in society. B, I think it's important to be on, everyone's on a path, but you want to be on the right path, and without role models, it's hard to know which direction to like point yourself in, because we're all on a trajectory, but we don't always really know which direction to go. Like, do we do the college route? Do we do the labor? Like, there's so many so many options, and everyone's so stressed out. And it doesn't really need to be that way, you know? There's so much confusion, and the reason why there's confusion is because there's fear. And the reason why there's fear is because there's confusion, you know? Everyone's trying their best. It's not like these people aren't trying. It's not like that kid I saw in 7-Eleven isn't trying. He is trying. It's just someone like that doesn't really know what to do with themselves, because you know, there's kind of like a herd, you know, and that herd is really, really, really powerful. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think in cycling there's something called like a peloton, and it's like the group of cyclers. They're like in a pack, and if you could break past the peloton, you know, you're like the head cyclist, but eventually the peloton kind of catches up to you, because they're so powerful. So I guess the moral of the story is it's very difficult to live against society, you know? And it's not that society is evil, it's just that society is afraid. And the reason why people are afraid is because nobody wants to be that role model, you know? Like, nobody wants to be the Mr. Miyagi, you know? Everyone kind of just wants there to be one, but no one really wants to be that person themselves, because becoming someone who is like, I guess you could say, like a proper role model would imply that you have to take like the narrow path your whole life. And what the narrow path is, you pretty much deny all instant pleasures. So for example, social media, porn, etc., you know, all those like quick, easy way out pleasures. That's like the wide herd path. And like we all, this isn't like new, guys, like every guys and girls, this isn't new. We all know about this, but it's like, it's so damn hard to take that narrow path. Even just like, not to toot my own horn, but to like just sit in my car and film myself talking is in a way taking the narrow path. Like being a creator, not a consumer. I think creativity is something that is so freaking beautiful, and you don't see any of it. Because you can go throughout your entire life without having to make anything. You don't have to ever make, I mean, you might have to take like an art class or two, but like once that's over, no one's forcing you to make anything. It's like, or forcing you to be creative. You have to like get up off your butt and like make something yourself. And when you do, that goes miles, you know? It's like, even like, I just remember like being on like the bus as a kid, right? And I would see like someone like graffitied like a pole. Now, I'm not saying graffiti is good, but I'm also not saying it's bad, because like it was just so interesting to me that someone went out of their way to put something on a pole, not for money, but because they just thought it like looked cool. And like that was like as a kid, and even now, like that's like the coolest thing. Like I don't think people do things for the sake of just it being cool, like, enough, if that makes any sense. Like, I feel like everyone wants, or everyone does things because there's a direct result. Like, you go to college because you're gonna make money. But a lot of people, I wish people use this time and this energy on, like, I don't want to be a hippie and say artistic endeavors, but I think there's something beautiful about exploration. I think there's something beautiful about creativity. I think there's something beautiful about role models and I don't know. But well, the other thing, if you will let me diverge for a second, is I think some of the most creative minds are also some of the most, like, introverted minds. So I think it's very, very rare for someone to not only have the talent, but also express and go out of their way to share that talent with other people. I think there's a lot of extroverts who kind of just yap and yap and yap on TikTok and on Instagram, and they're kind of just, unfortunately, they're confusing the youth. And I think a lot of people, and this is a real shame, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think a lot of people take the youth for granted, because well, my friend said something once. He said, all that somebody knows about you is what you look like, you know? That is until you speak, but in general, how many people are you really talking to, you know? So when you see a kid, you don't always see this, like, powerful being, but kids are, like, just as capable in many ways as adults. They don't have the same life experience, but, like, intelligence, kids are freaking smart. Like, I was a kid not too long ago. I feel the same. I have a little more life experience, but I feel the same, you know? And I think a lot of people take kids for granted. And people don't think, like, this social media, like, I don't want to say any names, but, like, Andrew Tate, like, I don't know who the new Andrew Tate is, but at the time, I know Andrew Tate was kind of big, and a lot of kids were, like, talking about him, and it's just like, you want this guy to be, like, your kid's role, like, he's just, like, spitting, like, confusing stuff, and I'm sure he thinks it's, like, good, but it's just, when someone is, like, evil and they don't realize it, and I'm just talking about people in general, okay? When someone or something is evil and they don't realize it, it doesn't make you feel good. It makes you feel nervous. That's first of all, because the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is fear. And it's just there's a lot of fear, you know? And I don't think there is love, but I don't think there's enough love when you go outside, like, in public. This might just be a post-pandemic problem, you know? Because before the pandemic, I was, like, 15 years old. So I don't know if the world was different. It might have been different, but I was young, so I couldn't really tell. All I know is the world that I see out of my own eyes today. And I don't really like what I see that much. So, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going in circles here. I don't know if what I'm saying sounds refreshing to anybody on the other side of this phone. I feel silly even just talking and making a video, but I don't know, I felt like I had to for some reason, so this is me doing that. So drop a comment, let me know what you guys think, let me know if you want me to make more videos, let me know if you liked it, let me know if you hated it, and I will see you in the next video. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and peace out and have hope. All right, it gets better. See ya. Bye.